Okay, I'm here with Mike McCue, founder of Flipboard in New York. Welcome to New York, Mike.
Yep, thank you very much. Great to be here.
So there's sort of a big debate going on now. A lot of traditional magazine publishers are finally putting their magazine apps onto the iPad.
Right.
This sort of single title app. You buy the New Yorker, you buy Fortune magazine, and you get a subscription for that. Versus another approach, which I think more like the Flipboard approach, which is you have a reader and you have a whole bunch of content from different sources in that app. So
right.
Which one's going to win?
Well, I think you're going to see a mix of both. I think what you're finding is that there's a way of pulling together content that is packaged under a particular brand that people trust. The Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and there will always be a place for that. But what you're also seeing is that there's an increasing amount of social media or social networks driving what people are seeing. And people really like to see their content atomized and, lots of different articles coming from lots of different sources pulled together in one place. And obviously that's where Flipboard really is focused. Though we are trying to also strike that balance where you can add Time, for example, to your Flipboard and look at all the content that's being shared from Time or TechCrunch. But you can also follow all the writers of TechCrunch, for example, or you can follow your friends who are techie friends who are sharing those articles from TechCrunch and lots of other sources. So what we're finding is that there's really a mix. Some people have trusted brands they really love and they want to see what those brands are saying. And other people at other times, or even the same people at different times, want to be able to read content that's coming from lots of different sources.
What's your view on the model for tablet publishing? Right? Is it going to be an advertising model that wins out with free content, or is it going to be the subscription model?
Well, I think that by and large, if you were to measure the dollars, what you're going to see primarily is an advertising model. I think that's where the most dollars are. I think there's a huge opportunity to have print-style economics apply to content on the iPad. And I think when you look at those numbers and you look at the audience and how the audience is increasing on the iPad, there's just a tremendous revenue opportunity there for publishers. I think that subscriptions will be prevalent for premium brands, let's say, for The Economist or the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal. And increasingly you're seeing optimization of these subscription models on the iPad that will enable some revenue to happen there. And I think there will be a place for that. But I think if you looked at the pie chart of revenue, the bulk of the revenue I think will come from advertising.
Will I ever be able to read subscription content on the Flipboard? So if I already pay for the New Yorker app,
yeah,
or I pay for the Daily,
right,
is there any way for me to get that in my Flipboard in the future?
Yeah, I think that's something that we're looking at. I mean, this is something that I think that if we can figure out a way to have a kind of almost an upsell model where there be some content that you can look at that's free, and then there's a subscription button attached to that then allows you to subscribe to the more premium content, that would be a win for the reader and for the publisher. And so, we'll have to see how everything evolves, but that would be something that we'd like to try to do in the future.
And where are you right now in terms of, you measure flips per day?
Yeah. Flips per day. And
what's your metric? What's the number now?
2 weeks, about 2 months ago, we were at about 3 million flips per day, with the weekends being our biggest days. So we'd get up to maybe 3.5 million flips a day. Today, now 2 months later, I just looked at it, we're about 10 million flips per day right now.
That's amazing. Okay. And what's next for Flipboard? What's the next big feature release?
Well, our iPhone is very, very important for us. That is an extremely important release. We're working really hard on it. We're not going to release it until it's amazing. Although I shouldn't set expectations high, I should set them low. But we are working on that. That's going to be a big deal for us.
That's going to be weeks, months?
In the summer time frame.
In the summer. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing with us.
My pleasure. Great to see you.